Hello everybody and welcome to another top 5 board gaming video. It's the beginning of December and normally that would mean that I'm talking about 5 more games that I'm really excited about releasing and playing and all of that good stuff. But instead, because it's the holidays, we're going to be continuing my theme from last week and talking about 5 more games that are giftable for 2021. In this case, we're going to be talking about bigger games, still reasonably family friendly for the most part, but meatier games, more strategic games, heavier games, all of that good stuff. Just like before, this will be a mixture of newer and older games, but most importantly, these are games that at least as of right now, you are still able to get, so make sure that you can get out there and start getting them as soon as possible because a lot of them are pretty popular and they might become very hard to get if they're not impossible to get already. But that said, as always, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. What are games you're hoping for? What are games that you've given this year? And all of that good stuff. But we're going to dive right on in with my number 5. At number 5, I've got Cascadia. This is a game that kind of took the world by storm, not quite to the extent of Wingspan, but pretty close. It's another nature-themed game where in this case you're trying to build out a habitat in the Pacific Northwest of the United States, and you're trying to attract various animals to it, and some of the animals like each other, others don't, some of them like each other when they really shouldn't, and you're just trying to balance out making sure that all of the animals are as happy as possible in the habitat that you're building. It's an absolutely beautifully done game. The artwork is gorgeous, it's tremendously fun, and it's just a great game altogether, not to mention it is newly released. The reason that it's so low on the list though is because it's hugely popular for the holiday season, so it might be pretty tough to find. Like I said, as of right now you can get it at certain websites, but you might have a hard time doing it. Regardless, Cascadia is my number 5. At number 4, I've got Vienna Connection. This is another new game release that in this case is based off of the mechanics of Detective, a modern crime board game, and it takes place during the Cold War, so it really has that kind of Twilight struggle back and forth type of vibe. But the thing is, it's cooperative because again it's a detective game with the idea that you're really dealing more heavily with espionage and bribes, going behind the enemy lines and doing all of that kind of stuff. It has a lot more of that spycraft type of feel. The reason that this is so low on the list though is not because first off it is a great game and second off you can get it, but the theme of the game is a little bit narrowing in terms of the audience. Not everybody is going to really enjoy this because it is relatively specific in that it's Cold War, detective, deduction, logic, all of that kind of stuff, so not everybody's going to like it, but it is a wonderful game. I highly recommend it, and it's definitely on my list. I know. Vienna Connection, my number 4. At number 3, I've got Quacks of Quedlinberg. I think that's how it's pronounced, but basically the hottest game of 2018, essentially. And in this particular game, it's a press your luck game where the idea is that you're playing as an alchemist who is trying to make potions to sell to people, and it's called the Quacks because you can sell potions that are not so great, or you can try and push your luck to sell potions that are really great, but if they become too great, then they go and they're completely worthless. It is an absolutely wonderful strategic game, and I personally only just got it because it is only recently back in stock. That said, the reason that it's in the middle of the list here is because it is still hard to find. It is not guaranteed that you'll be able to get this, but it is a truly wonderful game. It's absolutely amazing. It's a ton of fun to play even though it's older, and that said, a lot of people still don't have it, so it's a great game that makes a great gift, and so Quacks of Quedlinberg is my number 3. At number 2, I've got Spirit Island. Well, this is the game that kicked Mage Knight out of the top spot for the best solo game. I do have to give credit where credit is due, and the fact is that it is a wonderful game. Thematically, it's amazing, where the idea is that you are playing as the spirit guardian of an island, and you're trying to maintain the island and keep invaders off of it and all that kind of stuff. You can play it solo, you can play it with a group, you can play it this way, that way, the other way, all sorts of different things. And the fact is that finally it's reasonably available in relatively large numbers, but the reason that this is only number 2 on the list is because it is an older game, and so by and large a lot of people probably have it. As you can see, I do not. And so there certainly are people out there who don't have it, who will still have it on their lists for this year to try and get for the holidays. So it's definitely a wonderful choice, and it is far more out there now. It is relatively expensive, but definitely worth it. Spirit Island, credit where credit is due, my number 2. At number 1, I've got Dune Imperium, the absolute hotness of the holiday season, as well as all of the talk of 2021 as a whole, with the new movie coming out and all of that great stuff. The fact is, this also does have an expansion already that is pretty much completely impossible to get. So don't even try it. And if you do try it, send me one too. But regardless, Dune Imperium is a wonderful combination of worker placement and deck building that really feels like Twilight Imperium, in that you've got a lot of different aspects rolled together. You've got politics, you've got economics, you've got military, you've got all of these types of things, and the way that it blends together pretty seamlessly is truly amazing. You have a wonderful solo mode, you've got a companion app that allows you to play specific scenarios, both solo as well as with other people. It's just a very well done, well executed game in a more compact package that is still highly strategic, but doesn't take you 6 hours to play and require 8 players. It is absolutely incredible. It is available for now, so if you want it, go and get it right now. Dune Imperium, my number 1. Well, everybody, that's going to be it for me. I hope that you enjoyed this video of my top 5 larger giftable board games for the 2021 holiday season. Again, COVID-19 has really hit the freight industry hard, and so shipping and all of that kind of stuff is really in a tough spot, so a lot of games are tough to get. I did do my best to try and get some of these bigger games that are obtainable, at least for now, so if you haven't done so already, do make sure that you do your holiday shopping as early as possible, which means right now. Go to the websites, go anywhere that you can to try and find whatever games you're looking for the gamer in your life, and also make sure that they don't already have it. Because again, I did want to mix it up a little bit with games that are more available, even if they're older, as well as some of the new games that are the hotness. But either way, thank you so much for watching. As always, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. What are games that you're hoping for? What are games that you've gotten already? What are games that you are giving to other people? Just tell me everything, because I love to hear it all. In addition, if you haven't done so already, please take a look at my social media pages where you can interact with myself and my channel in a whole bunch of really fun ways. But with that, very happy holidays to all of you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.